Hi, Cal.
Hi, Evie.
In our Cannabis Education 101 program, we talk about PTSD, and you are our poster child for the benefits of cannabis and PTSD. So I'd like to have you share your story, because as I said, everybody has a story as it relates to cannabis. What is your story, and how has cannabis helped you?
Well, Evie, I spent about 24 years in the military. I'm a retired Special Forces officer. And without getting into the details of my traumas, we could just say that I suffer from no shortage of physical pain that would disrupt my sleep throughout the night, as well as symptoms of post-traumatic stress disorder, anxiety, depression, reoccurring thought patterns, and hyper-alertness.
How has that impacted your life before cannabis?
Before cannabis, I tried lots of medicines that the VA was giving me. Not only did they not help, they seemed to exacerbate my condition at every turn. I gave fair trial times to all these medicines, but to no avail. None of them worked for me.
So what made you decide to try cannabis? It's not an automatic leap from this doesn't work to, oh, I'll go to cannabis. So what made you decide to go in that direction?
Well, actually, for years, due to the fact that I'm a man in sobriety and I live organically and I try and only put clean things in my body, I had advised others to try it out over the years, understanding that there was some efficacy. And now it was time for me to actually delve into that.
And what was that like the first time you tried it?
Well, the first couple of times I tried it, it was mainly for pain relief. And I would have to say it was a little challenging at first, navigating the ways of ingestion, due to the fact that I was a non-smoker. I tried that at first, and I would have to tell you it was not good for me. I felt the benefits, but I was also coughing for a while. So then I investigated vaporizing, I investigated edibles and tinctures, and I found a fantastic balance for myself. And for me, that was vaporizing and tinctures when needed.
And so how are you using it daily? What would your routine look like?
The routine for me might look something like, if I have a lot of physical pain throughout the day, I'll just wait till the evening, a couple of hours before bed, and then I might do like a tincture or something like that, a sublingual tincture. And if I was so busy that I forgot, I might also supplement that with a little bit of vapor from a concentrate. And that really helps me ease into a deep sleep and gives me great pain relief.
So a lot of people are concerned about walking around stoned all day. Talk to me about that. I mean, you and I are both cannabis users, and I think we sort of belie that myth, but I think it's important for people to know that you are still highly functional. It's not like you're not functioning during the day because of your cannabis use at night. Is that fair to say?
I think it's really fair to say. Not only is it not hampering my day-to-day activities, due to the fact I'm not being distracted by depressions and anxieties, I actually seem to accomplish about 10 times more than I could previously.
That's great.
If that was even possible, and it is.
You are a veteran, and you're using it for yourself, but I know you, and I know that you are also advocating to other veterans. How is that going? What are you finding opposition in the community, or do you find veterans are eager? Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, after taking care of soldiers for 24 years, it's kind of hard to stop doing that. So I do everything from personal outreach, reaching out to homeless and identifying any potential veterans out there to get them into the system, as well as doing political outreach. And some of the big challenges for me is when I see people worried about, let's say politicians, they're worried about what someone's going to think about them. So they don't want to voice an opinion or make an opinion, but meanwhile, and I say this to make a point, 22 veterans a day are killing themselves. That's 22 a day. And that's a statistical number. How many people out there are acting out because they can't find relief from their PTSD and are getting arrested, they're in the prison system, they're in mental wards, or just living a dangerous lifestyle because they feel they have no other choice.
So right now there's some policy changes at the VA going on. There's some political movement toward allowing safe access for veterans, to allow VA doctors to actually recommend cannabis to veterans. What would you say to those people who are in that decision-making role right now?
I am quite aware of a lot of the people that are in those decision roles right now. And there's actually more of their peers that support that decision than they may even be aware of. Mm-hmm. There's retired senior military officers out there advocating for its use through the Veterans Administration. And I will utilize a little bit of anecdotal evidence. 99 out of 100 veterans I know utilize cannabis for their PTSD.
They are using it now.
Yes, they're using it now. Some of them don't have safe access to it.
Right.
And that seems to be the big issue, ensuring that these veterans have a quality medicine and that it's provided to them in a safe way, meaning they're not going to illicit sources for it.
Mm-hmm. So your goal, as mine would be as well, for veterans to have education around cannabis, to know the different methods of ingesting. It isn't just about smoking. In your case, you said vaping was a much better alternative for you. So understanding what's available to them and then having safe access to that. And, you know, there are dispensaries, there are delivery vehicles, there are ways for people to get out, but that's in some states. Some states don't have it at all. So in those states where it's not available, what would you say to veterans in those states that don't have access to it?
What I would say to them is, hey, you're my brother, you're my sister, reach out to the veteran community, find access points like Cannabis Healing Solutions on Facebook, learn and reach out and
be an advocate.
Be an advocate.
Look at your
Tell
legal
others.
system and see what's happening and how you can potentially plug into that, as
Yes.
you have.
I'd say reach out to your congressman, city, county, and state officials, sign petitions, make your voice heard. This is a natural healing medicine, and it helps. And if you know it helps, reach out and tell people.
Great. Any other words of wisdom for the veteran community or politicians or legislators that might be paying attention to this?
I think I'll look into the camera right now and let them know. 22 veterans a day are killing themselves. We don't have time to wait.